Opening the Dhalpurie hot, burning up my hand to show you guys the filling inside, how it's spread evenly. So let's make some Dhalpurie. I am not a fan of Dhalpurie, but when I make it, I love it, as I season it to my liking. This is another roti that freezes very well, so when you're making, you can make a batch and you could freeze it and reheat it and it's good as new. Or someone told me they freeze fill Dhalpurie and make it fresh. I didn't try that. Let's wash our dal, add it to boiling water with turmeric and salt. You want to boil it until that seediness from the center is gone, so you wouldn't have no lumps to burst your roti. Here it was a little too tough and I let it boil a little longer. So because I was making just a little bit to get the content for you guys, I tried my mini chopper, it wasn't working. So I ended up putting it in my Ninja. It had a little water at the bottom of the pot, which I blended smoothly. I put garlic, bandanya and hot pepper in this. I like to cook my puri filling, so to a hot pot, you add your blended mixture with added salt if needed, black pepper and some jeera, and let that dry down. To me, when you do it this way, I don't know, it just don't sour your stomach, as they say. You know how long I was supposed to bring up my mother hand mill and I never did it. Hence the reason I use my food processor or blender. You put this on low heat. I like spreading it around the pot so it just dehydrates. Once it dehydrates, you will see it become very grainy and normal, like if you do it in the hand mill. It's a labor of love, but when I think it's ready, I just turn off the stove, let it sit for a little bit and I scrape it out like this. And I take my hands and look at that. I just mix it up and you see how grainy and nice it is. Let that cool. Well, I didn't have to say you need your flour while I was doing, right? And let your flour rest properly and let this mixture cool. Fill all your Lohyas. When you're done, press it down and spread that filling around as shown in previous videos. You could bailey this as thin or thick as you like. When your tawa is hot, you oil the tawa, you put your roti in it, you flip it, oil, flip, and then squeeze the edges down in case it's thick to make sure that it cooks properly. Now, as mentioned, this is a labor of love, so I rarely ever do this. But when I do, I make a few extra and put it in the freezer and I just reheat. It reheats very, very well. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. I have a few more roti recipes to share with you. I've already shared sada, so yeah, stay tuned.